So here we go. This is the last issue of the Mover magazine this year, December 2023, and I hope it's been a good year for you all. I know it's not been quite as good as it might have been the previous year, but there we are. Loads of stories this time, particularly busy issue, I think. Dominated, I guess, by the conferences in Toronto, as you might expect. There was a Poema conference, which I went along to, which is always a nice event. It's much smaller, of course, than IAM, which is really quite nice. But then we got into the hubbub of the IAM conference in Toronto. And I've got a sort of a general report about what went on, although I confess I was only able to stay a short time. And there was I've also done a report on Chuck White's State of IAM address, which is the last one that he has done, because right at the end of it, he passed over to Brian Limperopoulos, who's taken over as president. But of course, I've also done an interview with Brian, and that's in there as well. So there's a lot of IAM stuff. Which, if you're particularly interested in that, then I know you're going to want to read. But there's lots of other stuff too. I particularly wanted to thank Kieran O'Hara from Palmer's in Australia for doing an interview with me. He's a brave guy to submit to my inquisition, and he's an unusual character. Those of you that know Kieran will know him to be, I suppose, something of a hellraiser in the industry, and I wanted to find out a bit more about him and maybe see a different side to Kieran. And you need to read the story to find out whether you think I did or not. There's also a story from a company called Stacked, which is in London, which is a company that's specialising in moving people mainly from rented accommodation, I suppose. Now it's looking at sort of the lower end of the market, but it's doing it in a different way, and it's just one of those many disruptors that we have seen come and some go, which I think we need all to pay attention to. So anyway, that's that story. Loads of other stuff as well. I've got a story that you might like to have a look at about ChatGPT and how that can be used in the relocation industry. That's come from the Worldwide ERC. They've given me permission to reproduce one of their stories because I thought you'd be interested in it. And we've even got a festive story from Mark Oakeshott. Well, of course, it's Christmas. Why shouldn't we? So there we are. I hope you enjoy reading the magazine. I think you will. I hope you have a lovely holiday period. And I shall see you again the other side of the new year. Bye for now.